Hi, I'm Currie, and I'm really excited to tell you a little bit more about myself. Number one thing that I look for in a company is positivity. I want a fun work environment because I think that can only mean that I'll produce better content, my team will get along better, and we'll all just be happy being in that environment together. That leads into the second thing that I value in a company, which is a work-life balance, a company that values that. Because just as passionate as I am about creating content, editing content, and being in the workplace, I'm equally as passionate about my hobbies like Dungeons and Dragons and playing chess and playing sports, going hiking. And I think that if I have the opportunity to pursue those passions outside of work, it'll make me just as happy to be in work. Thirdly, I really think that a company that has values and espouses those values is really important. I want to be proud of where I work. I want to go into a cafe and say, hey, I work at Pod Marketing and I think that they're great because they have these values and they foster teamwork and positivity and they put out great content into the world and they make the world a better place. Now, the best supervisor that I ever had is a woman named Vicky Lai. She took me on after I finished my program in content strategy at Humber College at the County of Bruce, and she really taught me to challenge the way that I process things, the way that I made decisions, because she wanted me to slow down. She wanted me to work through, okay, you want to do this goal? Let's think about this option and this option and this option. And now I have that skill to be able to say, okay, let's sit down and think about all these paths, choose the best one forward. Hey, this path might lead to the other path, but let's go down this one for now. Now, my core values, it starts with acts of service to my community. I'm really involved in my community. I've been involved in every community that I've had the pleasure of being part of through high school, university, and now in my adult life. An example of this is I live in a really small town right now, and we get some pretty bad storms. And a bunch of trees fell down, essentially, and so we got out the chainsaws and went into everybody's backyard, chopped up all the wood, and hey, now the community all has firewood. And and there are no trees in everybody's backyard. But I think that that's really important to just stay involved in my community. I also, one of my core values is positivity. I'm a smiley guy, I'm a goofy guy, and I think that that's important to put out into the world. And I think that if I put out that positivity in the world, then that's going to come back to me and that's going to fill the spaces that I'm in. My final core value is learning from people. I think that learning from people is like asking questions of people and asking about their perspectives on things, whether that be, in their personal life, in their professional life, what have you. I'm just curious about what people have to tell me and what they have to offer. The most interesting thing about me is that I couldn't read until I was in grade 4. I struggled with a learning disability growing up, and so I couldn't translate words into symbols in my brain. I just didn't get it. And so I did a bunch of after-school programs, and thankful for the patience of my teachers and my mother, and I was able to learn how to read, and hey, now I have an English major. So that's pretty cool, I think. And lastly, would I be willing to move to Calgary? Yes, absolutely. I'm actually really looking forward to the opportunity to move to Calgary. I think that it's a fantastic city, and it has everything that I'm looking for. I'm an outdoorsy guy, and I like to make new friends. I want to learn from new people, and I think that Calgary is the perfect place to do that. So thank you so much again for the opportunity to tell you a little bit more about myself, and I hope to hear from you soon.